These are the world's most deadliest traps that was used in the Vietnam War, and the last one is the most painful one. First, these spikes were put on two boards and placed like this. Then it was covered, and whenever a soldier stepped on this, all the spikes straightly went in next. Two grenade safety pins were removed, placed in an empty can, and then connected with a thin rope. When soldiers walked onto this trap, the whole group was blown up. Next, the most painful one, punji stakes, which have these long spikes that were placed in a box and buried in a land like this, and was covered with soil. Whenever soldiers walked over these traps, the spikes pierced through their legs and even some other parts of their bodies, if you know what I mean. Let's learn about the use of cannons in the olden times. In ancient times, kings used cannons to eliminate their enemies from afar and for their own protection. People back then considered cannons the most dangerous weapon because a 3-kilogram cannonball could travel and fall 1,000 feet away, shredding the enemies standing there. Operating a cannon required 3 people. The first person would load gunpowder into the cannon, the second would load the cannonball, and the third would ignite the fire inside the cannon's fuse. The upper part of the cannon was made of iron, and it had wheels underneath. The cannon was closed from one side and open from the other. To operate the cannon, it was first directed towards the enemy by adjusting the wheels underneath. Then one person would load the gunpowder and push it inside with a rod where it would get stuck in the cannon's chamber. After that, a cannonball was loaded, which would sit in front of the gunpowder. Finally, a fuse was lit and inserted inside, igniting the gunpowder and firing the cannonball.